Hi, Janice here. Just thought I would do a quick update video about my transition journal. Here we have the red one. Not only now does it come in red and purple, but we also have blue, green, brown, and rainbow. And also, not only does it come in the 8x8 size, but it now comes in a handy 8x6 size, so you can carry it around in your handbag. So very proud of those updates. One of the things I became aware of since creating this almost a year ago is that as long as people have had their journals, some still haven't opened these beautiful envelopes that contain tasks. I know sometimes when we have tasks, they can seem challenging. So I thought what I'd do today would be to randomly open one and see what's inside, to see if that helps people to encourage the nerve to open them, because they're not dangerous, but anything that involves change will sometimes challenge what we think we know. So I think that's all that we're there for. They're not to judge you or to make you feel small. They're to give you pointers. But it's nice to have something that's different, that's something that makes you think, something that challenges you to do something new. So I'm going to pick one. This one, which is O. And you have 12 envelopes and they spell out the word transitional. Each one is sealed, nicely sealed. So let's open the seal. Dun, 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 dun. And see what's inside. O. O is for overcoming. And it asks, how do I approach negative situations? How do I overcome struggles? What challenges me the most? What do you fear the most? What do I need to overcome once I've identified the issues? And how would you define an overcomer? Well, okay, well, obviously I picked a more challenging one. But in answer to some of these questions, I suppose negative situations for me, I face them day in, day out. But one of the things that's helped me is realizing that you don't have to know everything. And thank God for the internet, because there are so many answers there that you would spend hours trying to find in books. You've also got access to people. So there are ways to approach negative situations. I don't feel now that I failed. I sometimes will look at it in terms of it's an opportunity to do the same thing again, but to approach it from a different angle and maybe do it better. So not every failure is something that we need to look at negative. It might actually spur you on to do something else, but it could also stop you from doing something that could be quite detrimental. So negativity is not always something that's bad. Sometimes people will say negative things about you, and if you know they're not true, then just file that under, forget it. How do I overcome struggles? Oh my gosh. I think faith for me is the way I overcome struggle. I'm a very practical person, so I will look at things first in the natural and then in the spiritual, or vice versa, depending on what the issue is. And I always think, what can I learn? Because sometimes you can't solve everything. So sometimes you just have to look at it and say, what can I learn from this situation? What could I do better? And just, again, move on from anything that you're struggling with. It's sometimes struggles propel you onto greater things, and sometimes they bring out strengths that you never knew you had. So nobody's life is going to be, an even keel with nothing bad happening. And good happens to good people and bad happens to good people too. So there you go. What challenges me the most? Oh my gosh, I think my overthinking challenges me the most, because sometimes I will think myself out of actually doing the thing, because I will have thought of every obstacle, every issue that could come up, and I would convince myself, let's not even start. But now I'm approaching struggles and things that get in my way from a standpoint is, how is this going to make me a better person? How am I going to get over the fact that you can't always just throw in the towel? Sometimes you have to just roll up your sleeves, get down in the dirt, and just get on with it. So sometimes it's about tenacity and perseverance. What do I fear the most? Oh my gosh. I think my biggest fear is probably missing the mark. Having lived a Christian life and then don't make it in. That's my biggest fear. Wow. We say we want to make heaven our home, and that's always been my aspiration. That I'm going to hear God say, "Well done, not depart from me, I never knew you." So I think that's always been my biggest fear. So that's why I strive to do things the way God wants me to do. But trust me, I don't get it right. Still trying. What do I need to overcome the issues that I identify? Wow, that would be a long shopping list. I suppose I would need finance, I would need people, I would need a whole load of things. So that's one I'm probably not going to be able to answer right now. And how do you define an overcomer? For me, I would say look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, and whoever you see looking back at you, that's an overcomer, because I feel all of us have been through things, survived things, and we've all got tales to tell. So that's overcoming in a nutshell, and that's all without any rehearsal. So hopefully, looking at these envelopes, I hope that encourages you, if you bought the transition journal, to actually open your envelopes and look at some of the assignments, because change is never easy, but hopefully those envelopes will assist you in doing the changes and being the changes that you want to see. And for those that haven't bought a journal, I will leave the details of how you can purchase one on Etsy. Hope that helps. Leave me any comments. Bye for now.